Hi, bases. Just checking everything. I know I just did a broadcast. Check I can hear everything. I hope you're all keeping well. It's been minutes. Okay. Just checking everything. I know I just did a broadcast. Good. Piano works. Let's just check the organ works. So skip it forward so we can get the bass. Might be loud.
Gloria, 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 Gloria. In excelsis Deo.
Okay, let me just check that. Good. Got a powerful voice, isn't he? Fabulous. Right, I just might make that a tiny bit quieter. Just want to make sure we don't blast anybody's eardrums out. Good, 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 good. So we have piano, we have score. We've got our tame bass over here in his cage ready to sing. Excellent. Well, basses. This is a first, isn't it? Usually I don't see basses till later in the week or later in the day, starting the day with the basses. That's brilliant. As far as I'm concerned, vocally, I couldn't be happier, if I'm honest. Starting with the basses, and by the time we get to the tenors this afternoon, all my bass notes will have gone, and I'll be talking like this. So who is here? Oh, lots of lovely people. 46 people online. And the first comment is Rosie. Hello, Rosie and Ulla. Lovely to see you both. Rosie's saying, look, I'm going over to the chair in the corner and sitting very, very quietly. That's very, very kind of you, Rosie, but you are very welcome, as are you, Ulla. Hello, Peter and Gary. Oh, Gary's saying, Rosie, you can sit with me. It's very sweet. Hello, Sven. Good morning to everybody from Maine. Wow, it is early. Goodness me. Well done. Thank you for being here. Hello, David and Michael. Hope all's well with you in Lytham St Anne's, Michael. Hello, Gary, and hello, Dave. I hope you and Jill are both well. And Albert. What are you doing in Munich, Albert? You're visiting friends, visiting family. Hope all's well. Hello, Rob. Great to see you. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you were 10. Well, you're very, very welcome. Everybody's welcome. Hello, Anthony and Stephen. Really looking forward to singing the Glorias. I've wanted to sing it for a long time. Well, you've come to the right place. Great piece. We're going to have fun this week. Hello, Craig from Horsham. And Mike Roberts. Hello, Richard. Do you know what's wonderful is, you probably noticed, the studio's changed slightly. This is the new studio. And so I have a bookshelf here. And look what I have just here. And, of course, I'm looking at these names. And I know who you are now. I know what you look like. So it's great to see so many people back. Hello, Stephen. Oh, fab. Who else is here? La Cantate de Verte. Hello. Perhaps we should make a habit of singing Gloria every morning. What a great idea. Hello, Barry from Branscore. Great to see you. Just the way to start a week. Well, great stuff. Glad you enjoyed it. Hello, Rod from Connors Quay. And Andrew and Keith from Orkney. Hello, Warwick and Fiona. Lovely to see you. Hello, Paul. Hello, Mr. Trollhammer. Fabulous. We need a t-shirt for Mark, don't we? Ah, oh, brilliant. It was written for only girls. Well, the solo voices were girls, but the original parts had parts in for tenors and basses. So he did write a lot of music for girls only, but the Gloria is for SATB chorus. So unless he had some particularly bassy girls, I think maybe a couple of the teachers sang. Hello, Joan. Joining you this morning from the lakeside holiday in the very centre of Ireland. That sounds wonderful. Oh, whereabouts? I love Ireland. Hello, Gary. Never sung this before. Really looking forward to it. Fabulous. Hello, Nick from Hexham. Andrew from Twickenham. Andy from Altrincham, sorry. Fabulous. 60 bases online. Fantastic. Well, I hope you've got your drinks and so on all handy, bases. All right, got your water ready. I've got my strong coffee. My wife is just in the process of bundling the children into the car and taking them to a park before the weather changes, and looking out the window, it's pretty grotty here. So we should have a bit of quiet. We won't have loud screaming and shouting, at least not from my children. As I've frequently said, my children's favourite game is a game. I don't know what they actually play, but I call it Ha Ha Ow, because when we are downstairs and we just hear dum, 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 and all we hear is ha 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 ha, ow, and then just repeat it for an hour and a half or so. So all is well. That's good. Right, we're going to start in under a minute, bases. So as I said, the conditions are perfect. House is empty. Nice quiet space. All the music's ready. Make sure you've got your drink of water handy. We couldn't be in a better position to start learning Vivaldi's Gloria in 25 seconds. Wow. Well, so many lovely people here. And Neva is north of Sydney. Good morning, George and Diane from Mineola. Great to see you. Well, since everyone's here, we may as well get started, mightn't we, folks? We've just been killing time till you folks got here. A very, very good morning, everybody. It's 11 a.m. It is time for us to start the first rehearsal of week 3, and it's a huge pleasure to welcome the bass section. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all keeping very well. I know for a fact we have a number of people from sopranos, altos, and tenors. You are all hugely welcome. I hope you have a good time this morning. So the plan is, over the next hour and a half, basses, is we are going to look at the first 5 movements, if we can manage it, of the Vivaldi Gloria. And the bulk of the I don't want to call it the tricky singing, because this is actually a relatively straightforward piece, but the bulk of the singing is going to be in this first rehearsal. Then the second rehearsal, which we'll have on Wednesday, we'll pick up the remaining movements and sing through some bits and pieces. So overall, what you'll discover with this piece is there's a lot of repeated material. There is a lot of there are a lot of opportunities for you to just sing the same note over and over again. And I've spoken about this in previous courses, but this is called a pedal note. Okay, and if you think about an organ, and if you've ever been to a church service, what the organist will sometimes do is just play a low note on the pedals, and then play some chords over the top, and the pedal note will stay where it is, and the chords will move. And we, as the bass section, we get to sing a lot of pedal notes, particularly in this piece. I was talking earlier on about the stile antica and the stile moderna, and this refers to sort of old-fashioned style in Vivaldi's time and the newfangled style. And I'll point out some little moments as we go through. We're going to begin at the beginning, a very good place to start, with Gloria in Excelsis. Could I ask you please to open your scores? And just to make it really, really clear, I'm going to say this multiple times. If you're using a paper score, there's a good chance that the score that you've got will not match what we're singing, okay? So we have sent you a PDF. It's the edition published by Serenissima Music, edited by Clayton Westerman, and can you please use that score as you'll be able to then sing everything that we're singing. Across all the various editions of the Vivaldi Gloria, you'll notice that no two of them are alike, because they've all been reconstructed from bits and pieces that were found. So if we have a look, just have a quick scan through this first movement. This is a really exciting, bright and jubilant opening, as you would expect from a piece called Gloria. The first movement is merely a setting of the words Gloria in Excelsis Deo. That's it. Those are the only words that you're going to sing. We're going to use these anglicised vowel sounds, as I said in the warm-up. Gloria, Gloria. Okay, dropped jaw on the R. In Excelsis Deo. Okay, in Excelsis Deo. Nice long vowel sounds, and trying not to put anything harsh or anything that will stick out there. We don't want Excelsis. Having said that, this is just one of those things. When we listen to the Fieri singer later on, he sings Excelsis the first 2 times and then changes to eggshells halfway through. We'll sing eggshells all the way through, please, everybody. All right. And just one thing to have in mind as we sing this, it's in D major, which is a very bright key, and I want you to have in mind a huge angels choir who emerge and sing to the shepherds, glory be to God on high, and on earth peace to all men. And this huge wall of sound that a massive choir of angels would produce. That's what we want to produce in this first movement. Vivaldi even builds in echoes. So the angels will sing in excelsis Deo, and then the echo will come back from the hills around. So we've got some opportunity to put a bit of drama in as we go. So let's have a little look at the opening here, please. All right, so if I could ask you to turn to page 5 in our score. This is bar 17, and this is your first entry. All right, I'm going to put my headphones on. Okay, we are in D major, this bright celebratory key. If you want to celebrate in Baroque music, you write in D major. And our first 4 words, starting in bar 17, it's in after 2, we sing 1, 2, Gloria, Gloria, 3, 4, 1, 2, Gloria, Gloria. Okay, a nice, bright, slightly jumpy rhythm, okay? Singing for you from 17, nice deep breath, 1, 2, Gloria, Gloria, 3, 4, 1, 2, Gloria, Gloria. Thank you very much indeed. Just one little thing you can do for me. Can you sing Gloria, Gloria, Gloria? Okay, to give it a bit of a jump, bit of a lift. And we're going to emphasize the or sound, and everything else will be slightly lighter. Gloria, Gloria, Gloria. Okay, it's not Gloria. Okay, the strong syllable is the or. Sing that for me one more time. Ready, 2, 3, 4. Gloria, Gloria. 3, 4, 1, 2. Gloria, Gloria. Great job. Thank you. And now our first pedal note starts in bar 21, in excelsis Deo, and it is just on one note. You sing this twice. The first time, as marked, please, forte. The second time is an echo, as if the angels' voices are coming back to us from the hills. And we just sing, and we're in after 2. It's 1, 2. In excelsis Deo. And again. In excelsis Deo. Okay, let's sing that together, please. Basses bar 21. Start forte after 2. 1, 2. In excelsis Deo. Then an echo. In excelsis Deo. Well done, thank you. And just before we move on, can you just mark in with those in excelsis Deo? As I sang, or attempted to sing, I want it to be a one long line, a series of notes that creates a phrase rather than in excel. I don't want them emphasised. I want one lovely long line. All right? Bar 28 now. Gloria, 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 in excelsis Deo. What I'll do is I will play and sing for you from bar 28 to bar 35. Okay, so we start on a D there in bar 28, and we're in after 2. We sing 1, 2, Gloria, 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 Gloria in excelsis Deo. Okay, so let's just break that up. Let's do the first 4 Glorias. Okay, so it's just ascending fourths. Okay, so let's sing Gloria from 28. After 2, ready, basses. 1, 2, Gloria, 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 Gloria in excelsis Deo. Very, very good. So as before, the Glorias needs to be nice and bright, and the in excelsis Deo is just a little bit more sustained. Okay? Great. Let's sing that all together, please, from 28. Ready? There's your notes. Deep breath after 2. 1, 2. Gloria, 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 Gloria in excelsis Deo. Excellent. Well done. Thank you, basses. And that is all sustained. That is all forte. It's a really nice, strong sound. We then get 2 bars for you to catch your breath, a little bit of twiddling from the organ, and then we come in bar 38. And this is where things start to get a little bit more old-fashioned. Okay, I've been talking about stile moderna, stile antico. What we'll see is once we get going into this, Gloria, Gloria in Excelsis, the long notes on Excelsis are very much in this old style, where if you listen to the music of Palestrina, particularly later Palestrina, you'll hear these long notes, these long chords that sort of change by one note here and there. And it's a sort of a feel of, I don't know, of manipulating the harmony so it moves one note at a time and evolves into something else. And so this section from 41 through to 48 is an example of that style. And it's a wall of sound. Just imagine being a shepherd in the fields confronted by this massive wall of sound. So we come in bar 38, and I'll sing and play for you from 38 to 48 here, basses, okay? So follow it along. And notice it starts forte, okay? So we come in bar 38, and it sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Gloria, Gloria in excelsis. Okay, now what you'll have noticed is I had to take a breath. Obviously, I'm a human, everyone needs to breathe. What I'm going to ask you to do is to stagger the breathing, okay? And so you can breathe at any time you like during that phrase. Try and breathe at a time that's not obvious. Okay, so don't breathe if you can in bar 45, for example, because that's where everyone would expect to breathe after Excelsis Deo. Okay, so try and breathe in the middle of a long phrase. And the way I teach my singers when we sing in the same room is you fade your voice out, take a deep breath as much as you need to, and then fade your voice back in. All right, so let's just follow that along one more time from 38. We descend, and then there's this leap. Okay, and we're going to get quite a few of these leaps here, basses, where we go from the note down what's called a tritone, okay, or a diminished fifth. So it's Gloria, Gloria in excelsis. Let's just sing that, please, basses, from 38. 2, 3, 4. Gloria, Gloria in excelsis. Lovely. Excellent. We then move up from that note to the fourth, and we stay there for 3 bars. Okay, and just following this along, just make sure you're counting nice and accurately here, so you don't over or underestimate how long this section is. It is just 3 bars of 4 beats. Okay, so let's sing the whole thing from 38 to 48. Okay, here we go. Starting on the B, nice deep breath. 2, 3, 4. Gloria, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Excellent. Well done. Thank you, basses. And this is all good and strong, good and forte. Then at the bottom of 9, we see a little bit of it's been squashed back down. It's called diminution, this effect, where you take something that's normally longer and you squash it down so it takes less space. And so we have a little bit of a sequence here. We sing Gloria in excelsis, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Okay, so to begin with, it's quite easy. Let's just sing those 2, Gloria and Excelsis, from 50, because it's quite straightforward. Ready, 2, 3, 4. Gloria in excelsis, Gloria in excelsis. Excellent. And then the next note is another one of these tritones. It's there. Deo. Now, when you sing that note, just from experience, that note can be a little, that can go flat quite easily, okay? So when you sing that note, can I ask you to just lighten and lift these muscles here? Okay, smile with your eyes. Deo rather than Deo, because then I can just sink slightly in terms of pitch. So let's try it. Let's sing it a couple of times, basses, from 50. Gloria in excelsis. Deep breath. 2, 3, 4. Gloria in excelsis, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Excellent. Well done. Okay, now the next bit is a little bit tricky just because there's a note that you're not expecting, and it's not that hard really. But you just sing Gloria in excelsis Deo. Okay, and it's a really sudden move from E major, where we've been quite happily for a few bars, and he suddenly decides to move us down to D major, and he does it in a way that's a little bit sudden and a little bit unexpected, so just be careful. Gloria in excelsis Deo. And it's that note on cis which will catch you out if you're not careful. So let's sing that together from 57, please, basses. Deep breath. 2, 3, 4. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Great. On its own, it's not so hard, but I think when you sing it with the rest of the choir, just practice that so you're really happy with what the harmonies are doing. Can we sing basses all together as we have time from the bottom of page 9, bar 50, Gloria in excelsis. Okay, there's your notes. Nice deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gloria in excelsis, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Lovely. We're now at bar 62, and we're barreling towards the end. Another little section in stile antico style here. In excelsis. Okay? So here it's almost as if the choir is descending a little bit down to earth, almost as if they're quietening down here. So the tenors and sopranos start at the beginning of 62. Okay, and we come in halfway through that bar on the octave lower than the tenors. So we come in after 2, and I'm going to sing and play for you from 62 to 67. Okay, here we go. After 2, 1, 2, in excelsis. Okay, so it's basically a descent. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, it's just descending down the scale. Da 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 dum. Sing with me, please, from 62. After 2, 1, 2, in excelsis. Excellent. Make sure you come off cleanly at the start of 67. Please disregard the pause. That's that little marking in bar 67, the one that looks like a sort of Egyptian eye. Disregard that. We're carrying straight on. And so Cs, 2, 3, 4. We then sing this little cadential passage. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Okay, and it's the most sort of exciting, vibrant thing we've got to sing in the whole movement. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Sing with me, 2, 3, 4. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Fantastic. Well, what I'd like to do, basses, if you don't mind, is to sing it through from the beginning. And so, as I said, we have the wonderful Richard on organ from the Chelsea Old Church in London, and he's done an amazing job with this. And our wonderful colleagues from the Fieri Consort, huge thanks to them, particularly to Josh, who's one of the tenors who was mixed and done all of the prepping for us. Absolutely amazing. So we'll sing all the way through with the organ. Now, bear in mind, on this mix, the bass voice will be very loud indeed. So if you've turned me up, for whatever reason, just be careful when the bass voice comes in. He's quite powerful. All right, so we'll sing along with the bass, and then we'll have a look at the second movement. Here we go, everybody. Have fun. Deep breath. 1, 2.
Gloria, Gloria.
And
Gloria, Gloria.
Deep breath. And.
In excelsis Deo.
Echo.
In excelsis Deo.
Now loud.
Gloria, 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 Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Deep breath. And.
Gloria, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
And.
Gloria in excelsis, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Deep breath.
In excelsis.
And.
Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Fantastic. Okay, thank you very much indeed, basses. Thank you to our colleagues on the organ and singing department. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so please do have a sip of drink and rehydrate yourselves. I'm going to have a little sip of coffee. Okay, fabulous. So that's the exciting opening here, and there's a lot of the modern style there, bright, vibrant, and really quite quite dramatic. And one thing to bear in mind, everybody, is that Vivaldi, although he's known, I think, for obviously this work and for his writing for strings, what is less known is that Vivaldi was actually quite a significant composer of opera. And opera at the time was still a relatively new form. It had been mostly invented by Claudio Monteverdi 50 or so years before Vivaldi was composing. And what Monteverdi pioneered was this modern style, this stile moderna. Monteverdi himself called the two styles of music prima pratica and seconda pratica. This is the first practice and the second practice. And the difference is, and this is relevant to this, the difference between the first and second is in the prima pratica, the old style, the ancient style, the words were subservient to the music. The music was the most important thing. So all of the, I suppose, all the rules and regulations of music that, you know, if you have a seventh, that it should fall. And if you have a leading note, it should rise. These are all rules that sort of, that Monteverdi and Vivaldi and these Italian opera composers, they put those rules to one side in order to have the music serve the words. And that's a really important distinction between the old style and the new style, that the words serve the music in the old style and that the music serves the words in the new style. Okay, so what we have here in Et in Terra Pax is a kind of combination of the two. The old style, you'll hear a lot of this sort of wall of sound again, one note moving here, one note moving there. You'll also hear some incredibly intense clashes, very, very intense. At some point you'll think that's a wrong note. It's not. It's just the way that Vivaldi has crafted this to serve the words and to really, I suppose, make us think about the price that has to be paid for peace, and in earth peace and goodwill to all people. And you might expect this to be a light and joyous movement, but no, this is in the minor key. This is in B minor. It's also in 3/4 as opposed to 4/4, which gives you more of a sense of a dance and less of a firm foundation, really. If you're in 4/4, you know, it feels square and solid and you can march to it. 3/4 is much more sort of esoteric and slightly lighter. So all of that's a long-winded way of saying this is a particularly beautiful movement. I think it's actually, in terms of harmony, it's one of the most daring and exciting pieces of Baroque music in the repertoire. It's absolutely glorious. Now, we come in basses at the bottom of page 13. And what we're going to need to work on here is to really grow through our long notes. Okay, and I'll be talking about this quite a lot, but what you'll see here, if you look please everybody, at the bottom of page 13 at your first entry, et in terra pax hominibus, and you'll see that long note on terra, it goes across the bar line, it's two notes tied together, and when you see that in Baroque music, that's an invitation to sing through, to grow through, and to allow the note to blossom and to bloom. Okay, so what I'm going to do for you basses is I'm going to play and sing for you from bar 9 to bar 13 and just follow it along. You're absolutely going to love this movement. Is it my favourite? Yeah, it's probably my favourite. Okay, bar 9, here we go. So we start here and we sing 1. Et in terra pax hominibus. Okay, isn't that a lovely line? Absolutely lovely. So sing with me from bar 9. Huge breath. 2, 3, 1. Et in terra pax hominibus. Well done, well done. Just to recap the pronunciation, et in terra pax hominibus. Okay, on that last note, thank you. So carrying on, bar 15, a little bit of a slightly shorter version of what we just sang there. We sing after 1 and 1. Et in terra pax hominibus. Okay, one of the nice things about this is that Vivaldi sometimes gives you the bass note, sometimes he gives you the third of the chord or the fifth of the chord, which is unusual. So enjoy this basses. Okay, so bar 15 after 1 and 1. Et in terra pax hominibus. Thank you. Lovely job. Okay, over the page now. We are now at the top of 15, bar 21. Nice straightforward line this. We're going to descend down to earth. Okay, we sing after 1 and 1. Et in terra pax hominibus. Just be careful of the dotted rhythm there, minibus. Okay, it's a dotted crotchet rather than a dotted quaver. Sing for me from 21 and 1. Et in terra pax hominibus. Excellent. Notice minibus, it's a short us on the end because you need to snatch a breath. Please mark in bar 24 basses the crotchet rest, the 1 beat rest. You need to take a huge breath. Okay, because you've got a long line that follows. So can I suggest at that point use my patented cold breath where you drop your jaw and you breathe silently. One of those. And you'll find you can take a lot of air by breathing like that. Okay, so in bar 24, I'm going to sing and play for you from bar 24 to bar 29. Okay, there's our note, and we come in after 1. Deep breath, and 1. Bone, bone, voluntatis. Okay, so we're basically climbing chromatically. Okay, again, really interesting, really advanced writing from Vivaldi's point of view. So sing with me from 24 after 1 and 1. Bone, bone, voluntatis. Well done, thank you. You can allow yourself a little bit of a crescendo through that. Don't get too loud though. The rising of the pitch will provide a sort of natural crescendo anyway. But just to allow yourself a little bit of additional dynamic there as we approach bar 29. So now we're at bar 30 basses. And we're approaching a nice cadence. And those of you, again, if you were with me for Messiah at Home, or even some of our other recent sings, you'll remember the Hemiola Rhythm. A Hemiola Rhythm is where you move from 3 in a bar, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, to a sense of rather than 2 lots of 3, you have 3 lots of 2. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then back to 3. And that's what's happening in bars 31 and 32. All right, you're not going to feel that so much because you're still singing in 3, but everyone else, if you look at the soprano line, you see the brackets above the soprano line in 31 and 32, they're indicating a hemiola, okay? So your line from 30 to 33 goes like this. It goes after 3, 2, 3. Bone voluntatis. Okay. Okay, sing for me from 30. After 1, after 3 even. 2, 3. Bone voluntatis. Excellent. Can you make sure you sing all the way through that last note to the end of bar 33 and put the tiny S, please, at the start of 34. Okay, doing very, very well basses. What I think we'll do, please, can we sing... That's a good place to pick it up. Can we sing from bar 21, please, to bar 33, where we just stopped? Okay, bar 21, thank you, basses, top of 15. There's your note. All right, coming in after 1, deep breath, 2, 3, 1. Et in terra pax hominibus, bone voluntatis, bone voluntatis. Well done. Isn't that a lovely, lovely line? That chord on 33 is really unexpected, because you expect it to go, but he gives us... absolutely glorious and so poignant and so thought-provoking. You know, he's singing about and on earth peace, but all of these clashes are occurring, lots of tension and release. Something Vivaldi was an absolute master at. Okay, so we're now at bar 35, doing very, very well basses. So let's have a look at 35 through to 40 or so. Okay. 35 and 36 is quite straightforward. It is just simply dominant to tonic. So we sing 1, Pax hominibus with me. Pax hominibus. Excellent. Okay, that was quite straightforward. Then at bar 37, another one of these hemiola patterns when we start on the note we've just finished on. And so 37 to 40 sounds like this. And 1, bone voluntatis. Okay, sing for me from 37 and 1, bone voluntatis. Excellent. Just be careful. The note on luntatis at the start of 39. You might want to hold that note a little bit longer. Don't. Okay. Voluntatis. Okay. Note, and the note on lun is a crotchet. Excellent. Okay. So a bar 42, and so let's go 42 now to 45. Okay, so it goes like this. After 1 and 1. Et in terra pax hominibus. Okay, sing that with me, everybody. Basses from 42 and 1. Et in terra pax hominibus. Excellent. Okay, now we've got another one of these ascending lines going up chromatically. So we then sing from 46 Okay, so we sing after one. It goes like this, and one. Bone, bone, voluntatis. Okay, nice bottom F sharp there. Basses, make that nice and rich. Okay, so sing that with me, please, from 46. Nice deep breath. And one. Bone, bone, voluntatis. Excellent. Well done. Over the page now. Another hemiola. And another cadence. Cadences, of course, are just the punctuation of music. Whenever you hear this, that's a cadence. That's a perfect cadence. And so you get a lot of these. And when you're approaching these moments, they're like the full stops in music, you will often have what are called cadential progressions, chords that lead us to that point. All right, and this is a cadential progression, 52 to 55. Sounds like this, basses. After one and one. Okay. Sing for me from 52. After 1, 2, 3, 1. Bone voluntatis. Excellent. Can you sing through that last note on Tis in bar 55? Because we're landing here on a minor chord, a D minor chord. It's a little bit unexpected, and so sing all the way through there. It's a lovely, lovely moment. Then, where are we? Bar 57. A little bit of just a straightforward little cadential line. Okay, so we sing 1. Et in Terra Pax. Sing with me, and 1. Et in Terra Pax. Lovely. Now what you'll notice is this clash. Okay, now this is where, it's what I said earlier on. Sometimes when you're writing in this style where the words are in charge, as it were, when the music is subservient to the words, you will end up with interesting moments like this. And what you have to do, bass, is make sure that your note on tenor is beautifully in tune. Okay, it's not flat in any way. It'll want to go flat because the note above is pushing it down. But you've got to hold your ground just for that beat, because they will come and join you. Okay, so let's sing, basses. Let's just sing that one more time from 57. Nice and simple, but it's the notes that clash against it that make it tricky. So sing for me from 57. After 1, 2, 3, 1. Et in Terra Pax. Excellent. Excellent. Now, we come to this section of just this wall of sound, this stile antico style, bonne volontar. Okay, now there's going to be some counting required here, basses. So if you've got pencils or devices ready to mark up your scores. So from bar 61 to 63, you have one note. That's 3 notes tied together, and this is 9 beats. Okay, bonne volontar. Ta is 9 beats. At least that first note. It then moves down to one note for 3 beats, another one for 6 beats, and then a B for 6 beats, and then an E. So it goes 9, 3, 6, 6, 3. Okay, all on one word. So this is a very, very old-fashioned way of writing. Let me sing it for you. Follow it along. Okay, from 60 now to 69. Okay, here we go. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Bonne voluntatis. Okay, as always, basses, we're providing the foundation for the rest of the choir. But there is a particularly tricky clash that we need to be very brave about, okay? And it is in bar 65. And those of you that can read music, just have a little look at the notes, and we'll just add them up from the bottom up here. We've got basses on an F sharp, tenors on a B, sopranos on a C sharp, which is fine so far. Let's put the alto note in as well. Okay, now that is really quite stark. We've got to move from this chord to that and that. Now that is really advanced writing. You wouldn't see clashes like that for at least another 100 years. Okay, Vivaldi really pushing the boat out here. And we've got to go from this F natural to an F sharp against the G natural. Practice this one with the Fieri singer, okay, because this is tricky, speaking from experience. So have a go at singing it with me, please, from 60 through to 69, and we'll just sing the bass line on its own, then we'll try it again with those other notes really emphasized, okay? So there's your note at 60. Nice deep breath, please, basses. 1, 2, 3. Benevolent Excellent. Well done. One more time. This time I'm going to play all the other notes against you just so we can really emphasize that F sharp, make sure it's absolutely beautifully in tune. So once more, please, from the top of page 20. So there's your notes. After 3, 2, 3. Benevolent Excellent, well done, basses. 3 pages to go on this one, and this is the most substantial movement in the piece, so it's well worth putting the time in here. Bar 70 now. We come in as a response to the tenors. The tenors lead off in 69 singing. We sing. Terra Pax omnibus. Okay, really sort of really slinky line, moving up by semitone, down and then down again. Sing with me from 71, please, basses. Deep breath, and 1. Et in terra pax omnibus. Excellent. And then from that note, we sing 1. Et in terra pax. All right. Can we sing basses then from bar 70 to there? Bar 70 to bar 76, please. There's your note. Deep breath. 2, 3, 1. Et in terra pax omnibus. Et in terra pax. Excellent. Well done. Now we're approaching the end, and this is the last statement, and it is absolutely sublime. It's so beautiful. Hominibus bone voluntatis. The clashes are less prominent here, and what we have is more people moving together. There are still a couple of beautiful clashes, but there is a wonderful release of tension at the end. Now, so you are coming in bar 77. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing and play from 77 to the first note of 84. And you'll see why when we get to bar 84. I don't think that'll be the hardest thing in today's movement. All right, so from 76 to the first note of 84, it goes after 2. 1, 2. Hominibus bone So we'll come back to that note in a minute. So just notice here we have this note tied across the bar line, as I was saying in the warm-up. Hominibus bone. So grow through the note, and so the loudest point is the point which just passes the bar line, and then pull back slightly. So you get a lovely sense of ebb and flow. And if you notice, the tenors and sopranos and altos are all moving at different times, and this is a bit like the sea. It's an absolutely beautiful moment. So sing with me, please, basses, from 77 to the first note of 84, and then we'll just discuss those last two notes when we sing it through. Ready? After 2, 1, 2. Hominibus Excellent. And then this last note here, last two notes, it is just tatis, just dominant and tonic. And the note on ta is 5 bars, and these notes each have these bars each have 3 beats in them, so it's a 15-beat note coming at the end of a long line of singing. So you're going to need to stagger the breathing, fade out, fade back in, and then sing to the end. Let's give it a go, please, basses, from 77 to the end, and then we'll sing the entire movement. Okay, 77, top of 22. A nice deep breath, please. 1, 2. Hominibus finishes on a minor chord. Absolutely sublime. So basses, please have a sip of drink. Rehydrate yourselves. And let's sing the entire movement, shall we? Okay. Just need to load this up. Bear with me a second. Et in Terra Pax. There we go. And bass. Okay, basses. Here we go. Take it away. Breath and
et in terra pax hominibus et in terra pax et in terra pax hominibus bone voluntatis
deep breath.
Pax hominibus bone voluntatis et in terra pax hominibus
Splendid. Well done, basses. Huge thanks again to Richard and our colleague. I think that's Ben from the Fieri Consort with incredible lung control there. I think there's a little bit of digital manipulation going on, but brilliant performance. Thank you very much indeed, gentlemen. Okay, so that is the first two movements. Now, what we're going to do, basses, is we're going to skip and come back. Okay, so we're not going to sing the next not going to sing 4 and 5 yet. Can I ask you to jump to page 38? We've sung quite a few slow moves. I'd like us to throw ourselves at number 7. Okay, this is Domine, Fili, Unigenite, please. Page 38, and rehydrate yourselves. Thank you very much. Everyone seems to be doing very well, having a nice time. Lovely stuff. Okay, so Domine, Fili, Unigenite. Now this is a total contrast to everything we've had so far, and that's one of the reasons I've put it here. I think if we sing all the slow movements to begin with, you won't have any energy left for this before lunch. So this is the 7th movement, and do I want to save changes? Yes, all right. This style of music, this sort of dotted dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. This is known as the French style, and this comes from the Baroque composers such as Lully, who wrote a lot of music that begins with a slow sort of idea with the da dum da dum, and that might sound familiar to you because that's the opening of Messiah. The Messiah Overture was written in the French style. Okay, so we have a very new. This is a very new style, effectively, at the time, and so it's much more sort of jaunty and jolly. And so when we sing this, just trying to have a quick glance through. The trickiest thing I found here, basses, is keeping the descending lines in tune, and we'll talk about that as we go through. And just make sure when you're singing a long vowel sound that you try and make it as pure and as tall as you can. All right. So at the very opening of this one on page 38 in bar 9, basses, we come in and we're going to sing. You see there's a bracketed rhythm here. Okay, and it shows double dot and a semiquaver. So what that equates to is Domine, Fili. Okay, what's written is Domine, Fili. I don't want that. I want the bracketed rhythm, which is Domine, Fili. It's a very short ne, and it just means it bounces. And all of these rhythms, in fact, if there's a star above it, that means we're going to do the double dotted rhythm. Okay, for those of you who don't read music particularly at the moment, just if you could sing as I demonstrate, that would be fantastic. So I'm going to sing and play for you from bar 9 through to bar 17, and follow it along for me, please. Okay, so we sing 1, 2, 3. Domine, Fili, Unigenite, Jesu Christe. Okay, let's have a look at the first 4 bars. Domine, Fili, Unigenite. It's just descending down the scale with the rhythm Domine, Fili, Unigenite. Could I have genite, please? Okay, sing for me from bar 9. 1, 2, 3. Domine, Fili, Unigenite. Excellent. We then jump up a 7th to that note, okay, and we sing Jesu Christe. So 3 bars of 3 beat notes. Da, 2, 3, da, 2, 3, da, then. Okay, now this is because it's in the middle of the Hemiola Rhythm. Yum, da, da, dum. Just sing Jesu Christe with me, and Jesu Christe. Excellent. So let's go from the high note in bar 13, please. Starting there. Yeah. 2, 3. Jesu Christe. Excellent. So from your first entry, please, in bar 9. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Domine, Fili, Unigenite. Christe. Excellent, thank you. Then the tenors and sopranos have a little bit of time jumping around in the field. I always think of sort of gambling lambs at this one, you know, sort of very bright, very lively. We then come in bar 26. I'm going to have a quick sip of drink. And so what we see here, a little bit of a sequence. A sequence is anything you get in music where you get a little phrase and then you get the same thing either up or down in pitch. And it's not obvious, but you can kind of follow where it's going. And so what we've got here is bar 26, we sing Domine Fili Unigenite Unigenite Jesu. So you can hear da 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 dum 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 da dum dum da dum dum. It's a sequence, okay? It's also called a circle of fifths for those of you who are particularly theoretically minded. So from 26, Domine, I'll sing it for you again. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Unigenite Jesu. Sing with me, basses, from 26. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Unigenite Jesu. Then we sing Jesu Christe. Okay, now here's the first time that we actually have to engage with a hemiola rhythm at 35. So if you see at the top of 35 and 36, you see these brackets. Jesu Christe. Just sing that for me straight in at the start of 35. Okay, as if we're singing Jesu. 1, 2, 3. Jesu Christe. One more time for luck. Jesu Christe. Excellent. So, let's lead into that from 32. 32, please. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Jesu Christe. Good. Let's run into that from a little bit earlier so it makes a little bit more sense. From 26 now, please, basses, through to 38. Okay, 26. Domine. Nice deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Unigenite Jesu. Jesu Christe. Excellent. Okay, so we're now at bar 40. The tenors and sopranos come in with Domine, and we come in a bar later in 41. And so let's just have a look at 41 to 43, which is Domine Fili Unigenite. And notice there's a whole load of dotted rhythms with the stars above. We are double dotting, so it's Domine Fili Unigenite. Sing with me, basses. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite. Excellent. We then need to go down a sixth to Domine Fili Unigenite. Sing that with me. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite. Good. Then we go up a major third and we sing Domine Fili Unigenite. That's tricky. So sing with me. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite. Yep. Down by semitone, and then it's Jesu Christe, which is again tricky. Listen to it in octaves. This is the last bar of 43. This is bar 50. So it's 1, 2, 3. Jesu Christe. Sing that for me one more time. 1, 2, 3. Jesu Christe. Excellent. Let's run that, please, from the bottom of 42 all the way through. This is a bit that you're going to need to practice, basses. One of the reasons I put this movement in today is that I know you're going to need to spend a bit of time on this bit in particular. I know because I did when I learnt it. So, bar 41. It's coming in on the G sharp there. Singing with me. After 3, nice deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite. Domine Fili Unigenite. Domine Fili Unigenite. Jesu Christe. Bravo. Well done. Practice that bit for me. Now, you'll have noticed at 53, you get to the end and think, oh, goodness, I could do with the rest, but there isn't one. And so Vivaldi just plows straight on, and so we need to go with him. And so we get to sing what is basically a big descending scale. We sing 1, Domine Fili. And then we jump up. Unigenite Jesu Christe. Okay, so it is just descending, but we leap up a 7th on Unigenite. Sing that with me, please, basses from 53. 1, 2, 3, 1. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Okay. Good. Then my favourite bit for the basses in the entire section. This is, I believe the word rollicking was invented for this moment, because we sing Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Okay, really exciting. The most exciting thing the basses have had to sing, pages and pages. Okay, good stuff. So we're doing very, very well basses. This is, again, this is quite a hard movement, but a lot of fun. So let's have a go at singing it from 62 to 70, and we'll do this a couple of times. Okay, are we ready? After 3, 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Excellent job. Well done. Now, are you making these dotted rhythms nice and light? Or are they going a bit... Okay? Speaking as a bass, the tendency is to get a little bit sort of on it, and it needs to be much, much lighter. Okay? So drop the jaw and make sure we get rather than that sort of sound. Okay? Let's sing it again, please, basses, from 62. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Well done. So now another nice little sequence, which will be familiar because it's based on the notes we had earlier on at 71. Let's do 71 to 74. You'll see why. Okay, as we sing Domine Fili, Domine Fili. Sing that with me. 71. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili, Domine Fili. Excellent. And then from that note, we rise Unigenite Jesu Christe. And just be careful, 75 to 76, there's this tritone. Again, all right, it's a full semitone higher than you want to make it, so just think up on that note. So if I just play and sing for you, from 71 to 78 now. Can you follow it along for me, please? 71, Domine Fili. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili, Domine Fili, Unigenite Jesu Christe. All right, sing that with me, please, basses. Starting on the B flat at 71. 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili, Domine Fili, Unigenite Jesu Christe. Excellent. Well done. And then we have the same thing twice to finish. From 79, Let's go from 79 to 84. Follow it along. It's just descending as before. We go 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Then we do it again. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. All right, sing that with me, please, spaces. Let's do the 2 at the end, from 79 to the end. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. And again. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Excellent. Well done, basses. Good job. Now, do notice that second time at bar 85, pure forte, so a little bit louder there, okay? Just because it's the end of the movement. Okay, so let's go through the entire piece from the beginning. So we're going from bar 30, not bar 38, page 38, number 7. And we're all ready to go. All right, so I'll just have a quick sip of drink. Here we go. From the top. Enjoy. And
Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe.
Domine Fili Unigenite and
Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu, Unigenite Jesu, Jesu Christe.
deep breath.
Domine Fili Unigenite, Domine Fili Unigenite, Domine Fili Unigenite, Jesu Christe, Domine Fili Unigenite, Jesu Christe.
And
Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe. Domine Fili Unigenite Jesu Christe.
fabulous. Okay, thank you so much again to Richard and to Ben. Wonderful stuff. Just one thing to note there, basses. So you heard, when professionals sing this, even professionals struggle to get all the way through sometimes without having to take a breath. Breathe where you need to. Stagger the breathing there. Keep it light. Keep it jaunty. Have lots of fun with that one. Now, as promised, let's turn back, please, to the fourth movement. All right. I wanted us to go through that whilst we still had some energy, because I appreciate that's a hard sing, number 7. So 4 and 5 run from one into the other, and I think are substantially easier. Well, 4 is certainly substantially easier. Gratias, Agimus, Tibi. Okay, Gratias, Agimus, Tibi. I'm just going to load this up here. Great. And here we have another example of the Stile Antico, where it is just a big wall of sound. Gratias, Agimus, Tibi. We give thanks to thee. And so it is a big, as I said, great big sound. We finish with a G major chord. So the solo movement before finishes on a G major chord. We then need to come in on an E minor chord. So there's a G, and so if you imagine a doorbell, ding dong, there's your note. And we sing Gratias Agimus Tibi, Gratias Agimus Tibi. Okay, so it's a long-winded way of getting from that note to that note with a couple of other notes in between. That's basically it, and that's the entire movement basis. So, shall we learn perhaps the shortest piece the Self-Isolation Choir has yet performed? Okay, sing with me after 4, 2, 3, 4. Gratias Agimus Tibi. Excellent. And then we ascend via semitones, deep breath. Gratias Agimus Tibi. Okay, this wall of gratitude, this wall of warmth. Okay, so let's sing that from the beginning to there with the soloist. I think this has taken us 90 seconds. Here we go with the soloist. Here's your note and.
Gratias Agimus Tibi. Gratias Agimus Tibi.
And then we will go straight into the fifth movement. Well, there we are. That's movement number 4. Any questions? No? Marvellous. Okay. Just before we move on, sorry to be slightly flippant, but it is a very short piece, as you can see. Can you roll your R's, please? Gratias Agimus Tibi. Gratias each time. Thank you. And now, over the page piece basis, we are down to the last 15 minutes of our rehearsal. Absolutely bang on schedule. Well done for all your hard work. How's everybody doing? Excellent. Okay, so let us please have a look at number 5. And this is a fugue. And those of you, again, who sang with Messiah, sang with me on Messiah will remember a fugue is a very typical piece of Baroque writing where voices come in one after the other. And this is an actual fugue, a proper fugue, where we start on a B here. And then the next entry comes in on an E. And then the next entry comes in on a B, and then the basses come in on an E. Okay, so this is an absolutely quintessential classic fugue, and the lines interweave and intertwine with each other, and they work where one moves, the other part is still and inverted. That is called counterpoint. And so there's a lot of beautiful Baroque counterpoint here. You will notice here that it is all forte. Okay, this is a loud movement. Propter Magnam Gloriam, thy might is glorious. And so we come in bar 4 at the bottom of page 31. Okay, Propter if you can, and Gloriam if you can roll your R's. So I'll sing for you from 4 to the end of bar 5. So it's ready and Propter Magnam Gloriam. Okay, so this is the fastest moving in terms of the notes in the entire work. Gloriam. So what we'll do is we'll apply our semiquaver learning technique to this. So we'll sing it to bar. Okay, sing it with me to bar. 3, 4. Ba 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 ba. And again, 3, 4. Ba 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 ba. Excellent. Now we dot it. So go back to the words, but dot it. So, Propter Magnam Gloriam. Then invert the dot with me. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Practice it like that, and then we should be able to sing it straight with me. 3, 4. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Excellent. Well done. Now bar 6 should be familiar. Okay, it's the same figure, just in the major. So let's try that. From 6, ready, 3, 4. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Excellent. Let's do the first 2 phrases. So bar 4 to bar 7. Ready? After 4, 3 and 4. And Propter Magnam Gloriam. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Well done. Well done. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, basses, is just to look in bar 7, please, and you will see on the 3rd beat, after all the fast-moving stuff, there's a long-held note just before the re arm. Okay, it's an F sharp. And I want you to just circle that F sharp, okay, the long note in bar 7 just before re, and draw a little arrow to the glor in bar 8, because that's the note we're coming back to. Okay, it'll make sense in a minute. So if I sing from now bar 8, we sing Propter Magnam Gloriam. Okay, it's a higher leap. It's a 6th. We've been singing the first one was a 5th, then the second Propter Magnam was a 4th, and this 3rd one is a 6th. So that's why I said circle the F sharp, just so it's in your head as you sing it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll sing and play for you from 8 to 9. Okay, follow along, sing along if you know it. 3, 4. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Sing that for me again. And Propter Magnam Gloriam. Excellent. Well done. So let's sing from the beginning to there, from bar 4. Ready? Deep breath. 3, 4. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Great. Then a bit of stile antico. Propter Magnam Gloriam tuam. Really very, very rich and resonant. Maybe tuck the chin in slightly so we get that really nice bass sound. Oh, excuse me. Sing that with me, please, basses. From bar 10. 3, 4. Propter Magnam Gloriam tuam. Excellent. That's a really nice moment where the choir, where all of the rhythmic intensity slows down, and you end up with this gorgeous series of chords. Listen. Try again. That wasn't so gorgeous. A series of tension and release, tension, release. Lovely moments. Okay, so bar 12, we're down to the last, 8 bars. Okay, so bar 12. Propter Magnam Gloriam. Now here we've got a whole load of interesting leaps in the bass. So listen from bar 12 to the end. Okay, so we're in after 1, and it's 1. Propter Magnam Gloriam I think it's fair to say that 16, 17, 18 and 19 are not the hardest notes you're going to sing today, but the notes from 12 to 15 or so, there's some tricky little intervals, so that's going to take a bit of practice. So I'll sing that for you and with you, please. And do remember, you can always come back and rehearse along with this recording and with the recording that we'll sing along in a moment, okay? So from 12, it goes like this. And 1. Propter Magnam Gloriam tuam. And make it an R on the end, and make it a really warm sound, as if the sun has just come out on that last chord, okay? There's a very special name for that, given that the piece is in E minor. You'd expect it to finish in E minor, but it finishes on a major chord. A special name for that, a tierce de Picardy, a Picardy third. There you go, it's a lovely name for it. So let's just sing that last section, please, basses, before we attack the whole thing. So from bar 12, let's sing that together, because that is tricky. Okay, from bar 12, after 1, 3, 4, 1. Propter Magnam Gloriam tuam. Excellent job, basses. Well done. Okay, so what we'll do, please, is sing through this entire fugue. I think we'll do this one twice. We have the time, and this is a little bit tricky. Of course, what leads into this is the Gratias, Agimus, Tibi, which we just learned. We finish on that B, and then the sopranos pick that up, and they come in at the start. Oh, let's put the organ on. So you'll hear the organ play all the other parts. That's what usually happens in a fugue. The orchestra, in this case the organ, will double all the vocal parts, and so you'll get that lead in. You'll get the sopranos in bar 1, then the altos coming in a bar later, then the tenors, and it's really clear at that point where we come in. Keep it forte, keep it bright, and as I say, we'll sing this one twice. Here we go. Take it away, Fieri. Deep breath.
Propter Magnam Gloriam, Propter Magnam Gloriam, Propter Magnam Gloriam, Propter Magnam Gloriam tuam.
1.
Propter Magnam Gloriam.
Job. Thank you, basses. Okay, so it's quite brisk, as you can tell. So practice all of those quaver bits. That Propter Magnam Gloriam takes a little bit of practice. Keep it light. I think if you're finding it heavy, finding it hard going, lighten the whole thing. Okay, make it. I know it's marked forte, but I'd far rather have you singing happily and accurately at a mezzo forte dynamic, rather than trying really hard to sing loud and then end up being slightly behind the beat or finding it hard. Okay, so let's sing that one more time, bassos, and then you've earned some lunch. Great job. Okay, so sopranos, or organ, in fact, take it away. Here we go. Second time. Deep breath, and
Propter Magnam Gloriam, Propter Magnam Gloriam, Propter Magnam Gloriam, Propter Magnam Gloriam tuam, Propter Magnam Gloriam tuam.
there we have it. Okay, basses. So we have gone through all the movements that I wanted to cover in this rehearsal. So just glancing ahead, we have a lovely, lovely movement to sing through. Well, obviously, what's left in the Gloria is lovely. The 8th movement is Domine Deus Agnus Dei, which is chordal and very, very beautiful. The Qui Tollis, again, is chordal with a rather nice soucipe. And then what follows is, after the alto solo, Quoniam to Sola Sanctus, which is a recap of the first movement, and then a great fugue, Cum Sancto Spiritu, which finishes the Gloria. So we are actually doing really very well. We're over halfway through the music, so that means I think we can enjoy a slightly more relaxed rehearsal on Wednesday. I've certainly worked you hard. I think the reason behind it is I wanted to get a lot of the hard music out to you today, so you've got plenty of time to practice ahead of Friday. And I can't wait for everyone to come together on Friday and hear all this music sung, particularly your rendition of the first 2 movements. So I'm going to finish a couple of minutes early, basses. You've worked very hard today. You've certainly earned it. I will see you at the same time on Wednesday. Look out, please, for the emails from Mark. But a great pleasure, as always, working with you. And any sopranos, altos, tenors who've been along, thank you for being here, and hope you've enjoyed it as well. Now, one more thing, basses, before we finish. This work, of course, as I've said, was written for female soloists and an SATB choir, but in our version, our self-isolation choir version, well, if you want to sing along with the solos, well then you're very welcome to. So I would genuinely recommend, basses, those of you that enjoy singing along with beautiful tunes, have a little listen to the alto solo in the 8th movement, Domine Deus Agnus Dei, and just have a bit of a go at singing along with that. It doesn't go very high at all. I think the highest note is a B natural. Am I right? Yes. So it's well within the range of the vast majority of basses. Sing along with it and really just get to know it. It's not a piece that we would normally be allowed to sing, but here in the self-isolation choir, you can have fun and enjoy yourselves. So everybody, well done. A great morning's work. A great way to start our 3rd week. I'll see you on Wednesday, basses. And if there are any tenors lurking, well, I'll see you at 3:30 this afternoon. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for your time. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.